Welcome to Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans, for the fans. And I am your host, Conrad Cushman, and we are here with a review of Smackdown Live for February 26, 2019. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that episode of Smackdown. There are some things that we need to talk about that just happened. But before we get into any of that and we do that stuff, do me a favor, guys. If you're in the chat box, make sure you're in there chatting, interact with some people. We'll be reading your stuff as the show goes on. Also, do me a favor and make sure you leave a like on the video. Helps more people see the video. And make sure you watch the video all the way through and leave comments down below. Connor, what is going on, my friend? Glad to have you in the live chat. So, like I said, like the video, leave a comment down below. Guys, help me get to that 300 mark. Please. I am not going to give up, and I'm going to be on here until I achieve my goals. But we have a lot to talk about with this show. This show was hashtag bait and switch throughout this entire show. A lot of things happened. As you guys can see, which way am I pointing? This way. If I can get my hands right. This match right here. If I bring my hand back, there we go. Didn't even happen tonight. They had it on the card and it never happened. But I will say this. I still think it was a tremendous show. Let's get into it, guys. So we have Daniel Bryan's in the ring to start off SmackDown Live. No intro, no nothing. He's in the ring, sitting in a leather chair just like this one. And Daniel Bryan is made fun of by Stephanie McMahon. I don't know why they have to let, like, sometimes these authority figures get, like, these little cheap shot one-liners in on people. I was not even thinking about that until Stephanie brought it up. I mean, cute line, but didn't have to be said. Whatever. I don't care. But we get into this whole thing. So he's sitting in a leather chair. Shane McMahon ends up going through all of Kofi Kingston's highlights. And it just reminds you of how great Kofi is. And I know that a lot of people are probably saying, oh, you're on the Kofi Kingston bandwagon. Not true. I remember when Kofi Kingston debuted in ECW with the Jamaican gimmick. I was a big Kofi Kingston fan when he first defeated Chris Jericho for the Intercontinental Championship. When he was in that feud with Randy Orton on Monday Night Raw in, I think it was 2008, 2009 time period. Kofi Kingston was the man at that time, and his push was derailed for whatever stupid reason, and he never could really get off of that. But Kofi always stayed relevant, so he's someone that you could cheer for. But back to what he was out there for. Kofi Kingston, they showed highlights of him winning the Intercontinental Championship, the United States Championship, the Tag Team Championships. He's had so many different tag partners. I personally miss Air Boom with Evan Bourne. He was tag champs with R-Truth, CM Punk. Just so many great tag partners, but the New Day easily has to be the best team he was part of. Easily. Kofi Kingston, man, absolutely. Well, Kofi and New Day come out as they get ready to do this contract signing for Fastlane. And Kofi Kingston is getting ready to tell everybody how he is proclaiming he is going to win the WWE Championship from Daniel Bryan. And then Vince McMahon's music hits, and there is nothing like hearing Vince McMahon's music hit when you're in a live crowd. The fans are chanting no chance. It gets everybody up off their feet because it's Vince, and no matter how much we all complain about him and say we hate him, Vince's theme is legendary, and Vince McMahon is that guy in pro wrestling. Well, Vince McMahon comes out and he announces that Kofi Kingston is no longer going to be in the WWE Fastlane title picture. Instead, he is being replaced by this man. Kevin Owens' theme music hits, and he comes out with a Fight Anyone t-shirt on. Kevin Owens is now taking Kofi Kingston's spot. And New Day seemed to be appalled by this, yelling different things, and they were not happy to see Kevin Owens back. I must say, Kevin Owens was in great shape. He looked like he had trimmed down a little bit. He seemed like he was fine. I would like to see him once he gets, you know, the full ring rust off of him. But he looked even good on this match tonight here on SmackDown. So nothing but respect for Kevin Owens. Glad to have him back. And Kevin Owens is out there, and he just signs the contract. He really didn't speak too much. him and Bryan are officially having the match. Kofi looks disheveled. He's sad, and we don't know what to do. Shout out to Goober316 in the chat. Good to see you, Goober. So we get there, but I saw a lot of people like, come on, man, this sucks. What are they going to do? Stay with me, guys, for a second. Stay with me on this. We have some potential with all of this. Now, think about this for a second. Kofi Kingston's been taken out of this match. Vince McMahon is not that dumb to take Kofi Kingston out of a match without having a plan. And I think that it's been pitched to him that Kofi Kingston should be in a WrestleMania match for the WWE Championship. And does Kofi deserve it? Hell yeah. Kofi Kingston deserves it. Kofi Kingston absolutely has earned this spot. And I think it's time for him to become the WWE Champion. And that's a big moment. And that's going to be something that a lot of people talk about once he wins that title. And I think you save it for WrestleMania. Kofi Mania is running wild, brother. And I think people really, really want to see it happen. So you have to give the people more reason to get behind Kofi. And this is exactly it. I was telling B-Boy Skyline in the group, Jordan King, that he is a huge New Day fan. Probably the biggest New Day fan out of all of us. And I'm right there with you, brother. I think that we definitely should have Kofi Kingston versus Daniel Bryan in some way, shape, or form at WrestleMania. Goober says, I remember hearing Owens versus Bryan was going to be the WrestleMania match, so maybe they switched the matches. Absolutely, Goober. It's the money match. It makes more sense to do that. But, guys, that was Bait and Switch 1. They weren't done yet. So we have the Bar, who, like I said earlier, they're in the picture right above me with these other ones. And the Bar ends up coming out, and we think they're going to fight Johnny Gargano. It's going to be Cesaro versus Johnny Gargano. It turns into a tag match, and we get the return of the Hardy Boys. Delete, delete, delete. And maybe one day, if you guys can ever have your eardrums handle it, I will post my reaction, because I was live at WrestleMania 33. That was easily one of the loudest moments I've ever been a part of in wrestling history. I could feel like the arena shaking. Wonderful. Yes, I love it. But the Hardy Boys are out there. So another bait and switch. And I put in the notes, WWE ruined the show prep I did for this show. All the graphics and everything else that I did. Damn bait and switches. Damn it. But the Hardy Boys win with a twist of fate and swanton bomb. Matt Hardy looked to be in incredible shape. Good to have him back. Jeff Hardy still over. Ladies still scream for him when he takes the shirt off. I can't complain. I absolutely love the Hardy Boys. Really great tag team. Always good to see them out there. We get Aleister Black and Ricochet backstage talking to Lana. They're back there basically just getting ran down by Lana, and they explain why they're one of the new acts on the brands and how they are one of the best in WWE. And it's just a basic promo to showcase them, you know, the whole fade to black and I'll show you why I am the one and only, stuff like that, pretty much. So, excellent, excellent, excellent. We get R-Truth coming out with Carmella next. He has promised to revive the U.S. titled open challenge that John Cena once did. They even had What Would John Cena Do and all this stupid stuff. Well, we then go to a commercial break because we have to have awkward commercial breaks in this. And we have the Honky Tonk Man being announced for the WWE Hall of Fame. Now, as some of you guys know, the Honky Tonk Man is not one of my most favorite wrestlers, but I will say this, that the Honky Tonk Man was an excellent heel as a kid, because I still to this day just shake my head when I hear the Honky Tonk Man's music and his promos. Honky Tonk Man will go down as one of the greatest Intercontinental Champions, so congratulations to you, Honky Tonk Man. Now, we have the U.S. Open Challenge for the U.S. title, R-Truth with Carmella. First person that comes out is Andrade, and he is out there with Zelina Vega. I almost said Andrade, saying almost, that's why I had to catch myself. He came out there with Zelina Vega, and I thought this was going to be Andrade's moment here. He's going to get the one-on-one match, but then Rey Mysterio's music hits as he's coming up the entrance ramp. And it turns into they both want a title shot. R-Truth says, well, what would John Cena do in this situation? And he's like saying nope to both of them. But Carmella said John Cena would fight them both. Well, That's what happened. Triple threat match. Absolutely amazing. Dude, I'm telling you this right now. Dude, I was hoping the same thing, Goober. I really wanted Andrade to win this match, but we saw some amazing moves. But listen to me, WWE. If you want to have a top 5, like, greatest opening match in WrestleMania, it has to be Rey Mysterio versus Andrade Cien Almas in some way, shape, or form. These guys can put on a clinic. I see the chemistry between these two, and it's there. And I think that they should have that great match. R-Truth ends up picking up the victory here. Andrade got hit with so many sick moves in this match. And after the 619, Rey Mysterio got rolled up. 1, 2, 3. R-Truth retains his U.S. title. Good to see R-Truth get a little bit of a run here with the belt. He's worked very hard over the years, and he's never really had a solid singles run with the belt. So good to see him get the rub right here. So congrats to R-Truth. We'll see where the storyline goes with this. I can't see him being champion too much longer, though. But maybe he is. I don't know. We get a Charlotte Flair promo, and we're not going to get too deep into this, but Charlotte Flair is discussing all the events with Becky and Ronda and yada, yada, yada. All the stuff we went over on last night's Monday Night Raw preview. Go make sure you guys jump back and check that out after this video. Charlotte's out there saying that she is going to go to Monday Night Raw this week, and she is going to pick up the Raw Women's Championship since we have a hypocrite women's champion. She played a promo that was once cut by Ronda Rousey, and she said that no one should be champion if they do this stuff, and she said, well, I'm coming to pick up the women's title on Monday, so Vince, have it ready for me. Sports Talk Network says, crazy show, and especially the start of it all. I am 92% sure Kofi will win the title at Mania. Sports Talk Network, you just missed us talking about that, Steve. Absolutely. I definitely think Kofi deserves that opportunity as well. So, as we said, Charlotte says she's showing up to get that women's title on Monday Night Raw. I don't know, but I think something's going to end up happening there with that, and I still look forward to seeing what Becky Lynch does to get herself back in this picture. She's been getting arrested. She's been suspended. I don't know what it's going to take for that to be uplifted for her. Next up, we have Aleister Black and Ricochet versus Rusev and Nakamura with Lana. Dude, I feel so bad for Rusev and Nakamura. These dudes are so good. But these NXT guys are on the rise too, so it becomes so tough. Only the cream rises to the top, guys. So you're going to have to show yourselves. But I know they've been booked poorly, and how do you do that once you've been booked poorly? I pray for the best for those two. But I thought this was a really good match. Solid match from these guys. Way better than I thought it was going to be. I don't know what I was expecting here. But Rusev and Nakamura are a pretty new team. Aleister Black and Ricochet have been teaming up for the past couple weeks here. And in the end, Nakamura misses a Kinshasa Black Mass as he countered it. 1, 2, 3. Aleister Black picks up the win for his team. A good match if you want to go back and check that out. Backstage, we have the phenomenal one. Mr. AJ Styles is backstage in an interview. He congratulates Roman. They talk about him being in a slump since losing the WWE Championship. AJ takes blame for it and says that he will get back on the right track and show why he is a pit bull. And he will show why Smackdown Live is the house that AJ Styles built. And then Randy Orton shows up. And Randy Orton said, "You said what?" So this is definitely leading to a match between these two of the finest in WWE, and I think that they're very underappreciated. Randy Orton and AJ Styles will do stuff. Excuse me, I need a drink of water here. Pardon me. A little parched. Anyway, we even get a little promo with Lacey Evans walking down to the ring. Do you guys find that super annoying that Lacey Evans just walks to the ring and then just walks back up the ramp? I don't see how this is building her up at all. Just throwing it out there. We also got highlights of the Roman Reigns news from Monday Night Raw. I'm going to touch on it briefly. Like I said, I talked about it last night on Monday Night Raw. There's some swears in there, so I apologize for that. But Roman Reigns is absolutely cleared right now from what we know and in remission from his leukemia cancer. Hats off to Roman. We saw him on Good Morning America. There was talk all over the wrestling world, the media world. Pick up a newspaper, Roman Reigns was probably in it. So good for Roman. And like I said, cancer sucks for anybody who has it. And I hope one day that we can just get rid of that awful disease. Like, I hate hearing anybody has cancer. It's like depressing. And Roman Reigns beat it, and it feels good to hear something like that. So congratulations, Roman. Now we get into the main event, guys. The last little segment here. And it was a tag team match that Kevin Owens had set up earlier in the night. As soon as the opening segment was done and they returned from break, he asked Stephanie and Shane if he could team with Kofi Kingston tonight to face Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan. They set it up. They said yes. That was what the main event was. Kofi Kingston and Kevin Owens versus Daniel Bryan, Eric Rowan. Really good match. Like I said, Kevin Owens he looked like he didn't really miss a beat. He's a pro wrestler, though. He knows what he's doing. He had a little bit of ring rust as far as chemistry goes with people, but Kevin Owens looked like a star out there. He was back in shape. He was a little bit more athletic. He did the pop-up powerbomb and sat down when he did it. Very cool. But Kevin Owens ends up pinning Daniel Bryan. And how does he do it? He hits him with a stone cold stunner with some stank on it. And 1, 2, 3, Kevin Owens wins. And he is ready to go to Fastlane for the WWE title. Live chat, if you guys want to talk about anything, now is the time to bring it up while we got a couple minutes here to talk about it. Let's see here. Goober says it would be nice to see her wrestle. I think that's in regards to Lacey Evans. Lacey Evans to face Asuka for the SmackDown Live Women's title at Mania. That's my guess on what's up for her. Steve, I could definitely see that happening. It's just, I don't know what Lacey Evans has done to deserve it. Maybe she's done something that I haven't seen on the house shows, but best of luck to her, and I hope that she can deliver in that match and really show what she's made of for the company. Everything college basketball, what's happening? Make sure you guys check out my boys Josh, Peyton, and Tyler for the Everything College Basketball podcast. They are making moves out in these streets. You guys want to be a part of that for March Madness. I'm late, but popping in to show some support. That's right, gentlemen. UK is getting beat. That's University of Kentucky for you guys. Do me a favor, guys. If you're in here, we've talked about everything, the lead up to everything. I'm going to try and keep doing these videos up until WrestleMania and the Raw and SmackDown after that. Do me a favor, guys. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. We are trying to get towards that subscriber goal. We want to get there before WrestleMania. I don't know how we're going to get to 500. It'll take a miracle for that to happen, but let's get to 300 at least by that point, guys. UK, dang, Duke should still be my faves. Sports Talk Network, check out their stuff, man, and vice versa. You guys should work together on that, truly speaking. But guys, we're here with Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans, for the fans. Guys, I'm out. I will have a new episode of the podcast out tomorrow. Looking for some topics to talk about. I'll think of something. But we'll have the microphone on. You guys check us out. We're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and TuneIn, and all your other favorite platforms. Still trying to work out my issues out with Podbean. So hopefully I get to hear back about that by tomorrow as well. But guys, thank you so much for checking it out. Connor, Goober, Everything College Basketball, Sports Talk Network, Steve, thank you guys so much for being part of this live stream. We are out. Peace.